Hello, Earth Signs. Welcome to your daily focus tarot. Happy Tuesday. So we've got the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups, it talks about childhood, it talks about nostalgia, but it can also talk about being able to enjoy the present moment and be in the present moment and be content with what you have. You see the children there playing with just a bunch of seeds and cups, and they don't have any fancy toys or anything, and yet they're still happy. They're still content. They're still able to be in the flow of life and be present. We also have the Five of Pentacles. Now, the Five of Pentacles, this talks about having a lack mindset. It talks about not looking towards your growth and your creativity, but hiding away from dealing with problems in regards to health, or because it's Six of Cups. Cups talk about emotions, so it could also be about, but Pentacles talk about physical health. So you could not be dealing with your emotional health, and that could lead to poor physical health. Or Pentacles also talk about career, finances, and physical possessions. They talk about anything in the physical world. So if your emotions are out of control, if you're not able to be present in the moment and to be content with what you have and happy with what you have, and enjoying that and just being in the flow of life, that can cause you to feel like you have this lack mindset, or it can cause you to not be facing any problems that you might be having with your health or with your finances or material possessions. And you're trying to get a new perspective on this. We have the Hangman. So you're trying to get this new perspective. You might need to put in place boundaries, sacrifice some of your time, or if it's something like career, you might need to study or learn something. If it's something about physical health, you might need to give up, some food that's bad for you or something like that. So when you're looking at this and you're looking at what's going on in your life that you're not facing, you may need to put up those boundaries with the negative things. We have the High Priestess in reverse, and I asked for clarification on the High Priestess in reverse. So the High Priestess in reverse talks about, it can talk about being under a delusion or ignoring your intuition because you're mistrusting things. It can also talk about being too materialistic. In the upright, the High Priestess talks about being protected from the past, from the cycles that you're going through, because you follow this inner guidance. You rise above what was happening in the past. So when she's in the reverse, this is talking about sort of not being able to get out of that cycle, not being able to use your intuition or use your intelligence to get out of the cycle, that strength between the emotional and the spiritual, that inner knowledge, you're not able to use it. And then we have Chronos and the Chariot. The Chariot talks about unifying the different aspects of yourself. The ego, which is the conscious mind, the unconscious mind, which is represented here by the dark horse, the shadow, the things that we repress about our life or about our emotional state, the feelings, the thoughts, anything negative that you're not dealing with. that's what's represented there. And this is the higher self. This is the soul, the inner knowing. This would be the high priestess or the hermit or the high priest, right? So when you have the chariot, all three of those are working to pull you forward, to pull that creativity and growth behind you. Because you have the high priestess in reverse, you're not connected. You also have Cernunnos here, and Cernunnos is talking about any sort of, it can talk on the surface about addictions, about compulsions, obsessions. It's talking about any dark thoughts that you might have, anything that you feel you're bound by, anything that you feel is controlling you or that you're struggling to acknowledge here. Cernunnos is a lot like the Five of Pentacles. So anything that you're not acknowledging, you're starting to wake up to that, and you're starting to look at that a little more deeply and figure out what's going on with it and how it's affecting you, how it's affecting your joy and your happiness and your ability to be present in the moment. You need to look at using your intuition and getting this new perspective. And then we also have rebirth with the Wheel of Fortune or the Wheel of Change. So these are both talking about letting go of what doesn't work for you anymore, listening to that inner voice, like the Chariot, the High Priest, and Cernunnos are telling you to do. Listen to that guidance once you get that new perspective on the situation and you start putting things into place and giving up what doesn't work for you anymore. You're going to get that change. You're bringing it about. Once you let go of those things, then you make way for new things. So you make way for the change. Have a great Tuesday. Sorry I couldn't record this last night. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.